Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another crypto video. And today, I present you guys another opportunity for some crazy gains in the crypto space. Cause guys, on this channel, we joined BitOrbit, we joined PulsePad, and just today, we joined Valhalla. We were live streaming this coin over on my channel for a couple of hours earlier today. And oh boy, was it interesting. Because we bought this coin for about 0.001. And the coin, at one point or another earlier today, actually pumped to the craziest price of 62 cents. Which means that our couple of hundreds of dollars maybe, not telling everybody how much we could put in, has gone up by 632 times, which basically means if, hypothetically speaking, we put in $1,000, we got back $630,000. Now, there is a couple of catches to it, which is, first of all, you can't really put in how much money that you'd want, and with opportunities like this, money makes money, and it is restricted by area. And that basically means not everybody around the world will be able to enter because these are coins before they launch. And you gotta quickly check if your country is allowed to do this. For some countries, it unfortunately is not. However, we've been going through the entire journey over on Telegram, and in multiple of my videos, like for example this one, I have made guides on how to actually get into this coin if you were eligible. And this is by far the craziest launch I have ever seen. We just 630 times our money. It's insane. But I do think that a couple of coins that are going to be coming out in November might actually beat that number. And how do I know, you might ask? It's because they're incubated by the same company who's had success after success after success. And guys, if you've been updating yourself with my videos for the last 2 weeks or so, you know that I'm sharing these opportunities because I made so much money in November that I just could not stay with only XRP news, even though I am extremely bullish on this coin. I want to share with at least a couple of you guys the same opportunity for insane gains in November, and I'm not charging anything for that. All I'm doing here is sharing the information I have over on YouTube, and you can decide if this is something for you or not. So if you're ever wondering, how do I get into these coins? Stay subscribed to the channel and you'll know what coins to go for and how do you know they'll do good. Just stay focused on the channel, make sure you are subscribed, and I'll tell you guys all the pieces of information. But one fun thing is, guys, if you have been with the channel for a little while, you know that staking, which once more you might need to kind of look into a little bit further, goes on quite a lot of platforms. The PulsePad, KCCPad, AdaPad, BSCPad, TronPad, whatever. LoveLace, NFT launch, Game Zone. You also saw a couple of the ones for this Valhalla launch. And for some of the next coins, you might need to stake again on one of these platforms. But you know what the most beautiful part is, guys? If we just sticked with the BlueZilla incubated drops from the get-go, we would have gotten into all these projects with a mere couple of dollars, and we could actually buy the dip for a couple of these platforms for, once more, very small amounts of money. But it's just that we were kind of late to the party. It's the same thing as buying a couple of other cryptos. Sometimes you're late to the party. However, guys, there's a couple of coins launching, like my #1 coin for the next month. I'm not sure if this is going to launch at the end of November or December, by the way. It's been stalled, I think, a little bit to potentially the beginning of December. So that's, I guess, a little bit unfortunate. But this coin, guys, is another one of these launch pads. For PulsePad, the last launch pad, we had some insane gains of about 450 times gains. However, guys, for MetaVPad, since it's a metaverse type of platform, I do believe that this one could go even crazier. It's not a guarantee, but I do hope so, and I do believe in the power of MetaVPad. So how can you get this? Once more, guys, there's a couple of platforms that is going to be launching on: the BSCPad, AdaPad, NFT Launch, Game Zone, and LoveLace. It's subject to change, but I do believe that's going to be it. And the market cap is extremely low from the get-go, only 170,000, which once more means there are some crazy opportunities for huge, insane gains. There, of course, is also the whitelist, and of course, there's the sniping, but as you guys have most likely seen with Valhalla today, it is extremely difficult to do so. The whitelist sometimes works. There's also, by the way, a first come, first serve round. More info on that over in Telegram. We've been talking about it all day. But once more, we'll talk more about these in-depth parts of how to buy as we get closer. More important now is to understand what projects are coming up and how many opportunities there are, guys. Because I really honestly believe November is going to be a banger. Or at least the last couple of months here of the year are about to go insane for the fortunate people that can get into these coins. Having said that, another coin on our list is LoveLace. So I've also seen that the ZLQZAA calendar says we had Valhalla today, Polygon Thursday, Medii Friday. I don't actually know too much about these coins, to be honest with you. I might buy into them, but then I'll make an emergency video tomorrow because none of my friends here who are all investing in the exact same thing have said anything about these tokens. So I'm not really sure if they're going to be the insane gems. However, if they will, I will definitely make an emergency video tomorrow where I update you guys on them, as I'll give you guys all the juicy info. As I'm seeing now, it's on the ZLQZAA calendar, so it might have something to do with them. I just do not yet know. So I'll give you guys an emergency video if I know more. Now, Tuesday, however, it says here there's LoveLace. On the website, it says it's been stalled to about the 29th of November, the TGE, the token generation event. So it could be that they have also halted a little bit, that it takes a little bit extra time. But LoveLace has 2.5 million people that have it on the watch list. Is because there was a little giveaway that they did over on CoinMarketCap before. The project in simple names is a metaverse as a service. By the way, the MetaVPad is just a launch pad that focuses on metaverse type of cryptos. However, the LoveLace, again, you guys get it. Metaverse right now, extremely hot. Again, incubated by ZLQZAA, huge potential. We don't know some of the details of it just quite yet, as in, I believe the pads are going to be like it says over on Twitter here, the BSC pad and ADA pad, and I couldn't find the most particular tweets really simply. So I guess some more info will come out as we get closer to that date as well. As for right now, we're so far that it does not really matter. And again, as I've said before, every single piece of info will come out to you guys as soon as possible. I think the initial market cap is indeed 400,000. And as it stands right now, we only have the 2 pads, but sometimes you get more pads as we get closer. So we shall see. But for right now, that is the information that we have. Pretty low market cap, not as low as the others, but still most likely a crazy opportunity as it is backed. And it's a Cardano project, by the way. Because, of course, LoveLace is the second name of ADA LoveLace. ADA is the Cardano coin. A LoveLace is the smallest part of a ADA, or of a Cardano, if you guys did not know that. Another opportunity, guys, is one that is actually a lot simpler, but you have to really hurry up. There's an extreme amount of hurry in this one, and it is over on Bybit, on the Bybit Launchpad. So the coin I'm talking about right here is a coin which I am buying in tomorrow. Once more, the only problem is you had to have BIT on the Bybit platform for the last 5 days, or at least right now for the next 12 hours, with an average of 50. So once more, the difficult part is they basically calculate how much BIT you've had from the 12th to the 16th. So if you want to join this sale tomorrow, you're going to have to head over to Bybit. By the way, if you're going to, use the link down below for some crazy bonuses. I have the best link out there, I personally think. There's a $3,500 deposit bonus. Plus, right now, I'm doing a, let's see here, how much was it again? I am doing a 500 BIT giveaway. 250 is going to be given away to 25 people who use the link down below. They'll get 10 BIT for free if you've made one trade. And 10, so that's 250 BIT to 10 people. I'll give away over in Telegram in a couple of hours from now. So how it will go is if you have a Bybit account and you've traded once, you're eligible to win. And I'll just pick 10 people at random. I'm not sure just quite yet. But most likely in about an hour or two, we'll pick 10 winners. And it's about $70 that they'll all win. I think, or 67 or so. So make sure you join the Telegram. A link is down below, as that is the only chance in which you can win one of my giveaway slots. But that, having said that, there's also, by the way, a crazy $1 million little NFT party right now. It says right here. Not exactly sure how that one works just quite yet. I just quickly saw it and glanced by. I think it basically says you have to make at least one trade worth $10, and then you're entered or something like that. But I don't know, so don't quote me on this one, guys. I'm not exactly sure. There's a $1 million pool, though, which I think is rather interesting as well. All right, so to come back here, Gene is another metaverse NFT type of project that is launching over on the Bybit Launchpad. It's, by the way, in more and then Launchpad right there. And what they basically got is a $400 or 500 Gene maximum. People say, oh, this price is 80 cents instead of the 0.001 that the coins usually are. So this one can't really go crazy. Guys, the initial price here does not matter, obviously, as it's about the amount of tokens that are out there and the total supply that you can get or that it's going to launch with. So if there's, for example, only 10 tokens and they're all 80 cents, wow, that's a very low supply, right? If there's 50 trillion tokens that are all 1 cent, it's still better to get this launch in terms of scarcity, if you guys get my drift. So the price there does not matter. A lot of people get that confused. But to come back, if you'd still want to participate, you need a good amount of BIT to actually get a 50 average BIT over the last 5 days in just about 12 hours. So I'm not exactly sure how much you need. I think maybe 500 BIT to get an average, because you'd have, out of 5 days is about 10 times 12 hours. You have 12 hours left. So if you have 500 BIT or more, I think you'd still be able to make it and get to buy into this gene drop tomorrow. And personally, I'm going to be doing that because I think it's about to go pretty well. I don't think it's a 100x gem. However, the previous launch over on the Bybit Launchpad did do 180x. So, we never know. We definitely never know. This one hit a 180x. I think right now it's still doing well, not extremely well, but still doing good. So I'm definitely going to be buying into this one, as I think I can see this as free gains. Once more, for anything else, make sure you join the Telegram. Also, by the way, subscribe for more of these informational pieces. Now, there's one other important thing to notice, and that is every single time a project of this stature launches, I'll be making updates on this channel. There's, for example, right now, 2 other coins, which I haven't talked about too much, that I'm going to be buying into. So there's one that I already showed on the channel and one I haven't shown. The one I have shown is, I even forgot the name. That's really bad. But let's say the one I didn't show just quite yet. It's this one right here. It's another metaverse type of project. The first ever NFT combat card game. Right now, the graphics are a little bit bad for some reason. Normally, it was pretty damn juicy. Not exactly sure what that is. I'm also not sure on the exact launch date, but BlueZilla is on the team. So I'm definitely going to try that out, try my luck, and buy into these tokens. However, I'm not even sure where to buy them or how it's going to work just quite yet. But as we get closer and closer to the date, I will be announcing more updates, because I do think that this one has quite a lot of potential too, as it's just a really hot subject right now. Hopefully, you guys can get it. But there's another one, and I'm not exactly sure what the name is anymore. I did talk about it. It's Dexport. There we go. It's called Dexport, and let me quickly see if I can find it here. The buy-in period for a good amount of exchanges is already over. This one, the Dexport, and the other one, the Bybit one, are going to both be launching on the 18th. Then we have LoveLace a couple of days later on the 23rd, potentially on the 29th, and we have Valhalla a little bit later as well. Operon might launch between that. I'm not exactly sure what the date for this one is just quite yet. We can actually check out their Twitter. Maybe it's going to quickly say it over on there. Let's check this out, guys. Let's quickly check this out to see if we can find a date. No, we're not seeing the date just quite yet. They just retweeted this. And again, you already know. Be the first to know details on how to get involved with MetaVPad. Details are released soon, because everybody is hyped up for MetaVPad. It's about to go crazy. I'm also seeing now a partnership between Polygon and Operon. Well, what if it's like that the Polygod was actually the Operon, and I'm like confused now out of my mind. Once more, I should also say here, guys, I am not an expert in any way, shape, or form on these things. I am just taking these opportunities whenever I'm finding them. I am not trying to promote you to buy these things from me or of me or anything like that. I am just sharing what I'm doing, and it's worked extremely well throughout the last couple of weeks here, or I should say months. We've bought a couple of really big gems, and I really want a couple of you guys to at least be able to get the opportunity to replicate me if your means are there. And I'll announce more and more details of all this as time moves on. However, if you have any questions and you haven't watched any of my previous videos, a couple of restrictions are easy to say. One is there's only so far that you can get without actually getting into these launch pads. And you should see it like this, guys. These launch pads have a very limited amount of money that they can give away to different people. So the more people that join, the worse for us. So that basically means me promoting it is actually a negative thing for everybody that's involved, just so you kind of understand. Now also, let's say it like this. There's a project, right, that's going to launch. Let's say, for example, the MetaVPad that's going to launch. They're launching with a $170,000 market cap. And you should see this in the sense of, let's say you have $170,000 that people can buy in for. How much are you going to give everybody? Well, let's say there's about 10,000 people. How are you going to spread it out? Not just by giving everybody a slot, no, because some people are worth more to you than others. So what they basically have done is they reserve most likely a spot for some of the platforms, I don't know, some guys maybe. But more importantly, they basically put spots in, they basically, let's say, split this over a couple of pads. And every pad here has a certain amount of money that they can give away to their most loyal, let's call it customers or users. So if you're staking and interacting with one of these pads, you will get a chance to buy this. There's almost no other way around it except for sometimes the free whitelists. And I think, no, there's none of the pads here, because there's another 2 pads, the ADA pad and the ETH pad and the Tron pad, that actually have free options as well to try it out. But once we should see it like that, if you interact with one of these platforms, that's how you can get the tokens to buy them, to stake on those platforms. Otherwise, why would they let you buy in? Think about it. I know it's not the nicest option, and it is an option of money makes money, quote unquote, unfortunately, but it is for some people maybe really, really cool. And remember, for NFT launch, for example, tier 1 last week was only, I think, $1,000. Right now, it's about maybe 6 or 7. And that's because a lot of people are trying to buy these tokens, and these tokens have done really well over time because more and more people want to get into these launches. So please understand that if you were earlier, you could have most likely gotten yourself $1 million this month for, let's say, $1,000 initial investment a couple months ago. However, we are late, so we have to pay the fuller price to get some of these projects this month. But hey, that's for being late. And another part, I guess you should say, like I said at the start here, some jurisdictions do not allow you to actually buy tokens before they launch. Make sure you check the rules inside your country. Wherever I am and where I've ever been, every single country I've ever been in my life allows this. However, there's quite a couple of places in the world that do not allow you to buy coins before they launch to the public, which means you are not able to get the juicy gains that we are getting. Make sure you check that out for yourself to avoid disappointment. If there's any questions, guys, join the Telegram and ask around. But more importantly, use Google and use it properly. And don't fall for scams that have a little page that say, for example, oh, buy your coins here easily. I've just told you it's not easy, and it can only be done through the pads, which I've explained in this video, but more info will follow. So if you're unsure how to buy something, just stay subscribed and I'll get every single detail out to you guys. At the end, there's not going to be anything confusing, and you don't have to spam everybody in the Telegram now with questions of how do I buy, because everything will be made clear in due time. Right now, it's very early, and I'll make another video tomorrow on why I'm thinking of getting some more of these Launchpad tokens, the ones that we've kind of seen in here, because there's some potential in them as they are dropping right now, as we just had an important launch. But I'll get some strategy guides on that tomorrow out, as I have a couple of plans on that I might want to share. So having said that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe for more content. I don't provide this to make money off of you guys. I just provide it because I think it's a good thing to try out for a lot of people. I hope it works, and it's not financial advice because, of course, these things can do bad as well.